Good morning, everybody. It's 10:07, Monday, July 17th, 2017. Sounds like wickedness is coming upon us like never before. I just moved down to Eagles Pass. It's almost 2 hours from where I was in Laredo, Texas. Now I'm in Eagles Pass, Texas. The owner of the company just called me. And, remember how the Lord told us to watch? We're to watch and pay attention to everything going on. Now, I've showed you guys how I work for a company. It's called 10 Point. Let me show you something. This is what it looks like. Now, we know in the Bible it speaks about the 10 horns, right? The 10 points. That's 10 horns. See it? Now, sometimes you got to put things together. Sometimes you got to put things together like that. The 10 points. 10 points, it's 10 horns on a buck. You guys heard that saying, the buck stops here? Remember now, we're dealing with spiritual principalities, okay? Not with flesh and blood, like everybody thinks, because a lot of this stuff that's being done around us is spiritual, okay? They're working through other people like they're a puppet, okay? Literally using them like a puppet. Anyhow, we're to keep each other aware of what's going on and be focused in the spiritual, because that says we wrestle not with flesh and blood. Ephesians 6. You guys have seen how people came on and they don't like what I'm saying, and I've had to delete some of these people. They say I just rant and rave. Well, I'm pointing out a lot of what it says in Ephesians 6, spiritual. We're dealing with spiritual wickedness in high places, just what the Bible tells us, okay? And we have to, the Bible is the way. It'll tell you everything you need to know if you just look around. Watch what's going on around you. Okay? Anyhow, he just called me up from 10 points, and he goes, we just teamed up with another company. They have your number, so if they call you, politely ask them to call 10 point. And so they don't try to work with you with numbers. He goes, because they all have your numbers. And I'm like, well, that's strange, that they would have our phone number too, but anyhow, I told him, okay. I said, oh, what's the name of this company? He goes, Tasmanian, like, I guess they call themselves the Tasmanian Devils. Devils. I mean, it goes to show you guys, the names that people are using, those are the ones that are coming out succeeding. Everything's turning more and more wicked. The change is happening. Change is happening around us all the time, okay? And you have to be paying attention to it. But I said, Tasmanian Devils. He goes, yeah, well, for short, they'll call themselves Taz, T-A-Z. But what it means is Tasmanian Devils. And thinking to myself, I'm wanting to say something, and I'm like, this is like wickety, man. Everything I see in this world is more evil, and nobody seems to notice it, especially those that are running everything. People just blind to the end times that we're in right now. I mean, there's no doubt these are the very end days right now. And most people can't see that. It blows my mind, you guys. Anyhow, I wanted to read something to you guys here. Zechariah 11:17. Well, I'm going to go to 11:15 through 17, okay? It's called The False Shepherd Described, okay? Alright, because you got a lot of people that really aren't who you think they are out there, okay? And they're more focused on the wrong things, you know. That's why I keep saying, man, we have to be focused on Jesus Christ, becoming a member. Remember, Jesus said we must be born again. Then it says we wrestle not with flesh and blood. So we must be born again in spirit, okay? Not in the flesh, but in spirit. And the Lord said unto me, take unto thee yet the instruments of a foolish shepherd. For lo, I will raise up a shepherd in the land, which shall not visit those that be cut off, neither shall seek the young one, nor heal that is broken, nor feed that standeth still. But he shall eat the flesh of the fat, and tear their claws in pieces. Woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock! The sword shall be upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened. You guys remember how I told you how I fought against somebody with rods of iron? Guy had a big hole in his eye, man. I mean, I don't make that stuff up. And then it comes out to be, it's in the Bible, biblical stuff. And you remember when I told you I was in that bathroom when I was camping out, it was all wet inside there. Everything, the ceilings, the walls, the countertops. I mean, it was all wet, like some kind of film of wetness all over everything. I've never seen anything get wet like that before. And I was the only one camping back there. It was when I was all the way at the last camping spot in the very far back. That's where that old lady, she was a security guard. She looked like she was 85 years old, very old. I couldn't even believe she was a security. She looked like a witch to me. And she goes, aren't you afraid back there all by yourself? Just like a witch would do it, you know. And I looked at it, I said, no. I said, the Lord's with me. I have got nothing to be afraid of. And that's when the bathroom ended up being super wet. Everything, ceilings, walls, everything. If you touched anything, it was wet. Even the counters, where it was horrible. But when I walked in there, some guy come running in there behind me. I mean, right behind me. And there was nobody back there. Just me. And this guy came, I don't even know where he came from. Because there was no place for him to be camped. And he wasn't in a car. And I figured he just came running out of the woods, you know. But anyhow, he was wearing a brand new t-shirt, like brand new Levi's, and he come running in there, and then all of a sudden he doubled up really fast behind me, like somebody cut his arm off. What does this say here? The sword shall be upon his arm, and his right eye darkened. And I fought against some guy that had a big hole. It looked like a pyramid. If you was to have a pyramid, and you see that peak, how it comes to a peak, it was like somebody shoved it where his eye would be, and it was all hollow inside. And that's the guy that threw his rod of iron down, and he goes, you don't belong here. You don't belong here. You got to go. You got to go. I wasn't understanding all this stuff. Dolly Bacon, she just made a comment on my thing. Okay? Now, I wanted to read you guys that. Also, in St. John, chapter 4, verse 35 through 36. Say not ye that there are yet 4 months, and then cometh the harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes, and look on the fields, for they are already, they are white and already to harvest. And he that reapeth receiveth wages, and gathereth fruit into the life eternal. And both he that soweth and he that reapeth may rejoice together. See where it says, say ye not that there are yet 4 months. See, a lot of people are always trying to plan down the road, setting dates. And that's what he's basically saying here. Don't be saying that. Don't be setting your dates. It's not going to happen like you think. I'm looking at what's happening, even like this company changing, teaming up with somebody called Taz. You know what I mean? Taz. Anyhow, you guys, I just wanted to share something with you guys this morning. And I'm still here. And well, now I'm in Eagles Pass. But wasn't that strange, to tell me that they teamed up with somebody called Taz, short for Tasmanian Devils. You guys, I have no doubt about the evil spirits that are among us right now. They're fully aware, awake, and they're full of deceivableness. They're gonna come at you like you guys have seen them on my site. And you think it's that person that's talking, and some of you had to rebuke that person, but it was actually that spirit that was in that person. They're wide awake, you guys. They're wide awake. That other person isn't. He's like a sleeper and like a puppet being controlled by these things. This is very real, you guys. They've been here for thousands upon thousands and thousands of years. They've been here, okay? So we have to acknowledge this so we know what we're dealing with, okay? And to sit there and go, I don't believe that. Nah, can't be. Well, you need to read your Bible, man. I'm telling you, they're here. They've been here from the beginning. Because Jesus even said, those that pierced me will see me coming. They're going to see him coming. That's because they've been hosting people from one body to the next body. I shared that dream with you where I had, it was a family plot cemetery, but it was huge. Like, lots and lots of people have been buried there. From the beginning to where we are today. And I was over there beating on them, and they said, Mark, they're dead. They're dead already, And basically, it's just telling me the times that we're in, you guys. We're in the last days here. Everything, the wickedness is getting more wicked, and they don't understand. They don't understand, but you can be sure the spirits that are hosting them completely understands what they're doing. They don't understand it. They don't see it. They don't hear it. I've even had them speaking to me through other people, and those other people didn't even realize what they were doing. I told you how we drove into a rainbow one time, and his head dropped on his chest like he passed right out. I believe once these spirits take over in the body like that, person's no longer there, I talked to a girl a few years ago when this was happening, and she told me, she came right out and told me, it's like as if they're getting stronger in them, and they're getting weaker, like they're becoming non-existent, and they're taking over their bodies. Like Body Snatchers. You ever heard of that movie called Body Snatchers? Well, Hollywood, a lot of those movies are telling you exactly what's happening. Just like Denzel Washington and The Fallen, the movie called The Fallen. These spirits jumping around from one person to the next. And they can do that because if the Holy Spirit's not in that person, they can jump right in you like you're a wet suit. These people saying I'm ranting and raving. No, I'm telling you exactly what's going on, and they know it. They don't like it. But you guys, you need to know what you're up against, okay? Not that we have a spirit of fear, but you still need to know what you're up against. So, and you shouldn't have a spirit of fear, actually no fear. As long as you don't have any fear and you know what you're up against, it's like, you rebuke them. It's like that little girl or that child that seen Jesus and ended up passing a few years later. He seen the demonic spirit. Jesus showed up and he said, kick him in the teeth. Kick him in the teeth. Well, Jesus was standing there and they did it, and it was like there's nothing to it. And that's exactly how it is, you guys. You have that kind of power over them, okay? But you have to believe it, Because where there is no faith, there's nothing that you can do. You know, you have to have faith and believe in that. But once you see and you know and you have faith and I've actually put it to work and I've seen things happen. Not only have I seen it happen in my dreams, I've seen it happen in reality, in real life. I've had more stuff coming up against me, you guys, because of this stuff. You know, this is why they don't like me. They don't like my message here, okay? And I'm very persistent. They know it. They know I'm very persistent. Right now, even me showing this photo, I guarantee you they don't like it. You know, I'm always looking at this thing, man, wondering what kind of stuff is in there, you know, because you never know what's going to appear from one time to the next. Or, you know, if you turn it another way, it's hard saying. There's things appearing all the time, you guys. Just be ready, okay? We know the season's upon us. I was looking at how my hand changed, man. It looks like my arm got longer or something. Strange. Very, very strange. I'm just trying to see what's going on too, you guys. You know what I mean? But we keep moving forward boldly, don't we? Very boldly. We keep moving forward. On and on. We are soldiers of Christ, okay? We were chosen and we were faithful. Remember that, okay? Because those that return back with Christ are the ones that were chosen. Yep, hopefully I'll get out of here today, you know. 5 days of sitting out here, it's no picnic, you guys. Anyhow, God bless you guys. I love each and every one of you. I hope, pray that you guys get something out of this message, as with all the messages.